In this video, I'll show you how to construct a truth table for a conjunction. So let's just make up a conjunction. A conjunction combines two simple statements together. Let's say that our first simple statement is it's cold. So C stands for it's cold. And our other simple statement will be it's raining. So our conjunction, which uses the ampersand as the logical operator, the logical connective connecting the two statements, says it's cold and it's raining. Now, the semantic meaning of the ampersand is the and, which is going to make sense here with our conjunction rule. Our conjunction rule says that a conjunction is true only when both conjuncts, both sides, are true. So here's our conjunction. Here's our truth values. Our truth values by row just capture all the possible combinations for C, it's cold, and R, it's raining. So row 1, it's true that it's cold, it's true that it's raining. Row 2, it's true that it's cold, it's false that it's raining. Row 3, it's false that it's cold, it's true that it's raining. And 4, it's false that it's cold, and it's false that it's raining. Those are all the possible combinations of the truth values for C and R, or for any two simple statements. It would work out the same way. So using our rule here, we can determine the truth value for this conjunction. The conjunction rule says it's true only when both conjuncts are true. Well, here in row 1, C is true and R is true. So the conjunction is true. In row 2, where C is true and R is false, well, that doesn't fit the rule, so it's false. Row 3, when C is false and R is true, we know that that's false. And then row 4, when they're both false, the conjunction is false. And that makes sense with the rule and the way that the ampersand represents an and, right? If we're saying it's cold and it's raining, if one of those isn't true, then that whole conjunction, that whole statement that connects it with the and the ampersand isn't true. That's why it's only true when both conjuncts are true. So it makes sense with an and, but it also makes sense with the word but. A but does the same logical work as an and. It just seems to make some sort of a contrast. So if I said it's cold but it's raining, it seems like cold and raining don't somehow go together very often. So the word but is doing some sort of distinction there. But it's the logical, they're both logically the same as a conjunction. So when we translate, and is obviously a conjunction, but also look for the word but. Anytime where it's signifying that these two statements are being combined together, we're looking at a conjunction. So you should be able to recognize that any statement that connects two simple statements with an and or a but is symbolized using the ampersand to signify that this is a conjunction. You'll notice that the course progresses very quickly, so I recommend that you memorize the rule for the conjunction and to be able to identify very quickly when a conjunction is true and the truth conditions for its conjuncts for when it's false. Remember, a conjunction is true only when both conjuncts, or both sides of the ampersand, are true. We also want to recognize more complex forms of a conjunction. So let's put this over here to the side. So C and R is a conjunction, but also this is a conjunction. Where we have two statements. The left statement is itself a disjunction. The right statement is Z, standing, it's just a simple statement. But these two statements are combined with the ampersand. So this is a conjunction as well. It would still follow the rules for the regular conjunction, meaning that this conjunction will be true only when the left side is true, POR is true, and Z is true on the same row. Let's look at another example of a more complicated conjunction. Here's another conjunction. Not done. This is also a conjunction. The left conjunct is a conjunction, and the right conjunct is a conditional. So we need to be able to recognize not just the simple forms of a conjunction, the most simplistic form, but also whenever we have two statements, complicated compound statements, connected through the main operator over to ampersand, we're looking at a conjunction. It's still going to follow the same rules, such that this whole conjunction is true only when the left-hand side is true and the right-hand side, the conditional, is true. Of course, our truth table is going to look a lot different because we have four different letters here. It's going to be a pretty long, complicated truth table, but the same rule applies.